Okay, in this video we're going to create an application that will read in some numbers and basically check if they're between the two bounds. So initially we'll look at if it's between 1 and 10. So we need to have a section for variables. We need to display a message to enter the number, read the number in, and then check if the number is within the range. So we're going to now set up our variable. We're going to have the input string, which is just our default way of reading in the input, and we're going to have one for the input once it's been converted into a number. Now, a message that we're going to display on the screen, so we're going to use console.writeLine, and put our message between 1 and 10. Going to read that in, and we're going to store that in the variable input. And then we need to convert it. So actually should do it. We're going to convert the input to a number. Input number is, we're going to use the int package. We're going to parse an int, and we're going to give it that value. Now, that's going to assume it's going to work absolutely perfectly. So that will work so long as we type in a number. I'm just going to run this. Enter number 7. It's worked and crashed. And finished. Sorry, it didn't crash. If I type in a number, you see I get a format exception because it's not in the correct format. In order to counteract that, we're going to take this line of code and modify it so it's going to actually be a while loop. Now this while loop needs to be able to convert the input into an integer and check if that is valid. So we're going to use the int data type. This time we'll use the try_parse method, and that takes two arguments. This initial string, which is input, and the output result, which is input num. So I'm going to take the input, and I'm going to output number, and if it is false, so if it doesn't work, so if it crashes, this is invalid code. So we've got some invalid input here. Now, this is where what we're going to do is just ask them to enter the number in again, and then read in the line of code. If we didn't want to have all the written up writing, the extra information, we could just actually combine all that onto one line, try_parse, but rather than reading the input, we're going to read in from the keyboard, and just save that directly. Now I just need to match up the closing brackets, and that bit of code there will read in something that someone types in, saves it into the input number, and if it works, it goes through and continues on. But we're not going to use that. We're going to use the one that has a bit more description for us, makes it a bit easier for us to use. Okay, so we've now got the input being read in. Now we need to check if the number is within the range. So if input num is greater than 1 and input num is less than 10, then we're going to print out a message. We're not going to have an else message. I'm just going to put a console.readline just at the end to keep it up on the screen, and we're just going to test this. Enter a number between 1 and 10. So ask for 7. I'm going to put in, now I'll put in a -1, and the program has just finished without any message. So I'm going to enter a number between 1 and 10. No. And then it's told me the number is in range. Now, we've got a number of different conditions that we could have here. So what I'm going to do is pull this bit of information out into a separate function. And we're going to call this, check range. And it is going to return a boolean. And it's going to be true if it's in range. Let's actually call it in range. And it's going to take 2 arguments. Actually, it's going to take 3 arguments. Lower bound, which is going to be an integer. The upper bound, and the value. Now, I'm going to take the code that does the checking, if it's in range, and move that into here. As you can see, we've got a few little error messages. So, you know that this here is if the number is in range. So that's, I'm going to tell it to return true. If the number is not in the range, we're going to return false, because we know it's not in the range. Now, input number. This is actually now what's stored in value. So I'm going to change that word input num to value. And the 1, that's our lower bound. So I'm going to change that to lower bound. This one to upper bound. Now to run this check, I'm just going to go in range. Now I need to give it the lower bound, which is 1, the upper bound, which is 10, and the value, which is currently stored in input number. Now, because that's returning a true, I'm going to put that actually into another little if statement here. And say that it's in range. Otherwise, I'm going to say it's not in range. So let's put 7, it doesn't work. Let's put -1, tells it's not in range, and the program finishes. Now, ideally, I'd want to go through this loop over and over and do the checking at this point. So, at this point, we're checking to see if it's a valid input. And now what we're going to do is we want the loop to run if it's an invalid input or it's not in range. So if in range, let's give it the bounds. was not in range. Let's see what happens. So let's try 7. Yep, that works. Let's try -5. Look, and now it's actually looping around. Let's try 11. Let's try 10. Let's try 1. Let's try a valid number. And it finally gets to the option where it's in range. So what we have here, if we actually remove that section here, is pretty much a complete sort of working program. So we enter in a number, display a message, read it in, save it, we try and convert it, and save it to the value. If it's false, so if they didn't type in a number, we jump to here. If that works out to be true, it goes and checks the second condition, in range. Okay, so this one is false, so the number wasn't in range, because if they typed in -2, then it will jump down to the section. If they typed in a number and it's between 1 and 10, both of those are true, then it's going to skip this whole section and finishes the program. So that is a bit of code about how to set up value checking and ranges. Experiment with it, try it out with different ranges, and what's nice about this is to easily modify it. So let's say I want the range between 1 and 10. Let's say I want it between 0 and 100. I can go and just change these numbers here. And that's the joy of using a function, is that we can sort of pull a bunch of code out and actually make it a lot easier to maintain. Ideally, I'd probably actually store the upper and lower bounds in some variables so that I can get it to actually automatically update these as well.